Hello citizens and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Arsenal 5, Man City 1 in the Premier League. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe. Let's jump into it and get it out of the way. Right, so first off, there's nothing positive to say. I said in my match preview, I was kind of optimistic, I suppose. I went for a 2-2 draw, and I think if Arsenal hadn't scored so quick after our equaliser in the second half, we may have got something out of that game. I don't know, but time and time again, as we've seen with this team, the way we play, it's just one collapse after another. And again, we've collapsed again. And how many times have I said it? Once we hit that 60-minute mark, we stop running, we stop competing, we have no energy, we can't, we can't get up and down the pitch anymore. Nobody can. Pep makes substitutions, and when the subs come on, we get even worse because somehow we look even less fresh and more tired. And it's so bizarre at the moment, and he has no answers to it. He just doesn't know. He's playing the same teams, the same formation, the same system, and we're getting smashed every single time, the same way every time. And he's just not fixing it. He's not even, I've got nothing to, I don't even know what to say. I've said it all before. I've said all this in the last 4 or 5 months, probably twice a week, that we're played too high a line, that we can't run anymore, that we're too tired, we're too old in midfield. Not that old today against Arsenal, but the same thing still applies. We don't get up and down the pitch well enough, and going backwards to our own goal, the defence don't seem to want the ball. Every shot seems to go in on us, and we just collapse. We just forget how to play football, and it's every single time and every game. And this is why, if I'm Chelsea or Club Brugge, I'm kicking myself, because let's look at the last few games. The Leicester game, we probably should have got a draw or loss out of that one, but we won 2-0. The West Ham game, they battled us early on. They could have put the game beyond us within the first half. Chelsea as well, they could have battled us in that game if they wanted to. And I think if they'd pushed for a second goal in the second half, they would have got it. And they would have gone on to win that. United, again, collapse. Feyenoord, again, collapse. Brentford, collapse. This is nothing new to us. We've seen it so many times, and I'm absolutely sick of it. Oh yeah, PSG collapse. It just keeps happening, and I'm sick of seeing us play someone for 45 minutes or for 90 minutes in one game, and then for him to be left out the squad entirely for the next game, or only come on for 20 minutes again. And if I'm looking at it as well, you've got De Bruyne playing against Club Brugge, but then he doesn't play against Arsenal. I think we got our priorities all kinds of wrong at the moment. And I get that we need to win in the Champions League because we're probably not going to get in it through the league, but we're going out of that in the next round anyway against Real Madrid. So for me, I would just mix things up a little bit. I would actually try something. I'd play McAtee more. I'd bring on O'Reilly in CDM, see what he does, or bring on a couple of youngsters, because this team is going nowhere. They're stuck in sand. They've got no options. They've got no ways to get out. They're just slowly sinking. And it seems that every time we get a result, every time we get something positive, or we get a goal in a game, we jump backwards like 5 steps, or we sink a little bit further. We get a twig, we get a win, we grab onto that branch to pull ourselves out, but then the branch snaps. That is what's happening to this team. We are sinking. And, I said in the match preview as well, and I said on another channel that, a win for us in a game means nothing. It doesn't give us a foundation. It doesn't give us a base to work from, because the next game we just make the same old crappy mistakes again. And I did say that I don't see where we win in this month. I do not see where we win for the rest of the season. I was looking at the fixtures. We got Leyton Orient away. I fancy them in that one, to be honest. And I think if they had any confidence about themselves and they just went at the game and actually attacked us in that second half, we'll collapse to them as well. It's so obvious. And Pep needs to do something, because I can't watch this for the rest of the season just knowing full well what will happen when a team counters us. Why is he not sitting us deeper? Why is he not changing the team around? Why is he not putting Stones at right back and bringing someone else at centre back, so we don't have to play Nunes there? Stones is a capable right back. Stick him in there. He can get up and down the pitch like Guardiola. But instead, he puts Nunes there, who can't defend, and he's not a defender. And really, going forward, he doesn't really offer so much anyway, because he bottles out of every challenge, which defenders can't do. He did pull off a good header, though, in this one at some point. I think it was in the first half when they were really putting us under the gun. But it needs changing, and he just won't do it. And his stubbornness is killing us. It's killing us every single week, and it's killing us in every competition. And I'm not surprised by this. You're going to see stunned and shocked on the headlines and things like that. And Arsenal fans, running the mouth, and the players doing the Haaland celebration when they score. And we do deserve it, because we've battered teams over the last few years. but it's not going to get any better anytime soon. And you call it a rebuild, but we can't really rebuild anything because we got the Club World Cup right at the end of the season. That runs through until July. So by the time that's over, we've got 2 weeks again before the Premier League's starting. The players are not getting a break. They're not getting a chance to get fit. The only way they're going to do that is if they just sack off their international teams for the rest of the season, which obviously they won't do. Sack them off, have a 2-3 week break every now and then. And Pep just chooses two different teams, plays 1 11 for 2 weeks, then another 11 for another 2 weeks. I just don't see how we fix it. There's no fix. And like I said, the month we've got with Liverpool, Real Madrid twice. We got Forest at the beginning of March. We got Tottenham away coming up as well. Got United going to get battered there. We've got issues. We've got issues right across the team. It's turned into a bit of a rant. But for me personally, Pep signing that contract possibly is going to hurt us long term because is he the one to fix this team? Is he the one to do it? I'm not so sure. I don't think he can. He's built his entire team around technical players, and we've had like one fast player over the last few years, which has been Walker. When his pace went, we had no pace. And I don't think he knows how to use it, to be honest. I don't think he understands that you need a bit of pace and you need to be able to get box to box for the full 90 minutes because teams just outlast us. And he knows himself. He has said it in previous match press conferences that we can't run, that the team is too old. And what's he doing to fix it? Nothing. He plays them on the halfway line. He gets them to play the same old damn system, thinking that every team's just going to sit back against us and watch us pass the ball for 10 minutes like Club Brugge did. Arsenal weren't going to do that. Once they got that second goal, they went full gun because they knew we couldn't stop them. Liverpool, they're going to smash us in a couple of weeks. Can't wait for that one to happen. Real Madrid probably destroy us 5-0, both home and away, because these teams have pace, but they have quality up front as well that will take their chances. Arsenal didn't even take all their chances today. They almost let us off the hook, and it still finished 5-1. And they gave us that first half for free almost. 1-0 was a good result for us at halftime. When it went 1-0, it was an unbelievable result. And then obviously they go up the other end, get a bit of luck, and just destroy us from that point on. It could have been 8 or 9 if they fancied it. And that's the thing. If any team fancies it against us, we can't stop them. No one can. No one on this team is capable of stopping it. There's no answers to it. I mean, wow. Pep has to go, I think, because I think this is beyond him. I think he's taking a team. We've had some amazing years. I think he's taking it pretty far. And I think the rebuild is probably out of reach. Like I said, we're not going to get one this season because the competitions just don't stop. They just don't end. So we can't rebuild, yeah. Unfortunately for me, I think this is going to carry on into next season. I hope I'm wrong. I hope the next 5 results that we get are wins. They're not going to be. But that's obviously what I want. I want us to win. I don't want to be sat at Etihad in the cold in the winter, watching us get beat by everyone, watching us get beat by Liverpool in a couple of weeks and then Newcastle. I don't want to see that. I'm going to, but I don't want to. But yeah, that's it. Don't even care about the match. We got battered. We deserved it. Can't defend. We pull out challenges. No one tracks runners because we got people in defence who aren't defenders. Yeah, Arsenal had the freedom of the pitch pretty much today, and we gave it them, and we bottled it. We collapsed once more. Nothing else to say. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. Hit like, hit subscribe, whatever. I'm going to go have a pizza because, God, I do not want to think about this team ever again. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.